share your 30 days wins in July. Oh,
Where's my book?
have you spoken to Tamara, Anna?
I'm just calling it, babe.
Yep. And Alicia, could you text Christine?
Yeah.
For those others waiting, pull out your 30 days in your for July. I realized that we did not do that at the end of July. So it is in. I just put in the link of the chat for the 30 days. So for those who are waiting for others, please go into the Facebook group to share. Cool. For those who are ready, go into the Facebook group and share your 30 days wins for July so that we can reflect on what we're going to work on in August. So will be a packed call today. Good morning, Katrina. Go to the chat. I put up the link for the 30 days intention review. So if you could go into the Facebook group to share your win for your July, will be great. So that we'll be able to help you to move forward in August. So what we did well, what we didn't do well, then we set ourselves up for the coming month, which is in August. Now we're in August already. Okay, Christine must be having trouble getting the link. Everyone look very intense.
I shared the post with her.
Right. I'll give others a couple of more minutes to write. Beautiful. Oh, Christine is here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Christine. We are doing the 30 days intention review. So if you go into the chat, click on the Facebook link, share with us your win in July so that we'll be able to help you to set your August to be a bigger win for the month. Because we are in the third quarter of the year already. Okay, so we'll keep moving on as time goes quickly. Good. Wow, Alicia, congratulations. Biggest transactions and starting to build your own team. Really, less than 12 months and you're already building your business. Okay. All right. So share with us while others are writing. What makes the difference for you in July?
You're talking to me?
Yes.
What made? Can you say that in a different way?
What makes okay. This is you close the biggest transaction in your real estate career life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what did you do differently this time to have this biggest transaction in your business? Did you do anything different, or you just been?
Yeah, actually, there was. I did an open house, which I normally do, but I did an open house at a more expensive listing. So the people who walked in the door were able to spend more than, because the price point here is still relatively low compared to a lot of major cities.
Mm-hmm.
Median house price is only $440,000. So I did an open house it was $1 million listing, and they were $1 million clients. They ended up not spending $1 million, but they spent $700,000. So it's the same work for better paycheck.
Exactly. Okay. So for those who are in different industry, not necessarily have a $1 million transaction, but it's just like coaching industry. For our coaching industry, you can sell a product for $97, it still take more. It still take the same amount of work that when you're going to sell your product in thousands of dollars. But of course, it's the quality of work that you do. It's not that for some reason I can just go and start charging $100K per client per year. But it will be, because when we are producing result, people will be on the waiting list. It's just like Tony Robbins. He has a waiting list of people to be coached by him one-on-one for $1 million per year. And they are waiting lists, okay? Even if you have $1 million to pay him, he might not take on to you.
Wow.
Dean Glasio, he charged $250K per day for consultation. Okay, so people say, oh, it's just a myth. How would you know? All right, my girlfriend Hui Hui, she was the one who started in Dean Glasio Mastermind. From that onward, she made 1.8 million in the coaching industry in the last 18 months. So these are the people I know. But doesn't matter where you are, you could start today. It's just like own your future challenge. When I go back in to look at it, is I just look at how far I came in the last 24 months. I've been in there since 2020. But really this time, really it drops for me with a lot of things, because as we travel along the journey, what we learn, what we experience, and as we reflect on, we look at things that we miss. Sometimes we don't get to see it. Okay. So what have we got for Anne-Marie? Congratulations, Alicia. Let's give her some love and keep up with the momentum. Okay. There's some big win there, but there will be much, much bigger win for you. So now it's time to build the foundation of your business. Okay. When you're building a team, it's very different to have a sole trader. That's what we call in Australia. Okay. And Anne-Marie, good on you. You have done a lot in July as well. Yes, your environment will make a lot of difference for your state in getting your mind to focus. Good. Would you like to share a quick summary of what happened to you in July?
Well, probably the one that stands out the most is decluttering and really just making things better because it's so chaotic. Yeah, which plays a big role with my mental state.
It does. It does. So do you feel much more clearer as you walk through the house? It's not like, look at this pile, that pile, need to sort it out, but you just go into your study, go into your office and get your things done.
Yeah, getting there. My office is going to be the last
Yes.
place to sort.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Thank you. Let's move on. Congratulations. That's like the small step we need to take. Okay. So stay on your own lane as you're getting yourself ready to fly.
Yeah.
And it will. Katrina.
You're muted.
Take myself off mute. You can hear me. Good morning, everyone. The biggest thing for me in July was the Bali retreat. That was massive, the amount of connecting with everyone and growth, both spiritually, mentally, emotionally, that I achieved. So for me, that was the highlight. And out of the retreat, also connecting with everyone, how I want to pivot the business, what direction we are all heading in from that, which was massive.
Some big wave are coming your way in a good way.
Yes.
It's the power. It's the energy that you're going to bring forward and push you forward. Like push you forward is like the momentum. Good. All right. So what would you describe? Just put it in one sentence so that you can carry forward in August. Put in one sentence to summarize your July's win.
Continue to grow, continue to expand. And that covers everything. So that's physically, mentally, emotionally, professionally, personally. Just continue with the momentum.
Beautiful. Okay. And now, Sister Christine, what's your big win for July?
I finally got a house under contract. So that was my big thing. Yay. Yeah, it's supposed to close on it August 15th. So fingers crossed, everything gets done on time, close. My contractor thinks he can have it done in about 5 weeks, which I think would be amazing. And put it back on the market, hopefully before interest rates go up any further. And get it sold.
Well, Australians' interest rates been on hold, so hopefully America will slow down too.
Well, they did one pause, but they say, oh, it could still go up to 2 more times before the end of the year. I'm just like, no. I've got mom on the waiting list to go into the memory care facility. Previously, when I talked to them about it, there was 8 people ahead of her. Now there's 4. And I'm hoping that I get a call very soon that there's an opening for her, because I really need to get her in.
Well, we're
Getting more
sending
and more concerned.
the positive vibes to you.
Absolutely. I'm so happy that you're okay, and that it's the decision. Once you make the decision, things will move faster for you, honey. That would have been very difficult.
This summer there's really been a turning point in my comfort level with leaving her by herself, and so I would feel much better if she was over there.
And you do look much lighter, Christine. I just have the order shivering. Like, for your point 1 and 2, it has been a journey. Like finding a house that you get under contract and getting mom on the waiting list, sorting out the finance. So how long have you been looking for a house to? Is this a flip? This one?
This will be a flip as a backup strategy. It could work for a midterm rental. Like for traveling nurses. But yeah, it's been a long time. This is in one of the best neighborhoods in town. Everybody wants to live in this area. And it was a bidding war. It came on the market on a Friday. I saw it Saturday morning. I had my offer in Saturday afternoon, 15,000 above ask. Because I knew it was going to be a multiple offer situation. But I also knew anything above this is kind of beyond pushing it. It wouldn't make sense anymore. So it got accepted, and I have a hard money lender giving me 85% of the purchase price plus 100% of the renovation costs. And I have a private money lender giving me, I put down $3,000 as earnest money deposit, and the private money lender is giving me the rest plus some additional for extra closing costs. And so yeah, hopefully I will be in and out of this in like 3 months total, maybe.
Good. But how long did it get you to have
I've been looking for over a year for a house that made sense.
But you weren't ready before. You're more ready now. You're everything's coming to, everything's happened at the right time, Christine. I can see that time was with you now. It's amazing.
I had put in offers before, but again, I knew what numbers made sense, and I was refusing to go over, so I was getting beat out. So
but the patience that pays off.
Why aren't you wearing a sexy suit and getting your hair done? Business. I got my hair done on Friday night. Nobody saw it, but that's okay.
Oh, as long as you see it, that will be fine. And then share with us about your journey. Having your mom to be on the waiting list is not just the practical stuff, but emotionally, how's this journey been for you?
That was a rough one. That was hard. you know, it's your mom, it's your parent. You know, you go through a phase where you're afraid to let somebody else take care of them, because, you know, you hear the stories of some of those facilities and how they don't take care of folks, and you're like, well, what about this and what about that? And I was like, you feel like you can do better for your mom or your dad. And but this summer, with the deterioration of the memory, there were just things where I'm just like, oh, to have somebody only come over to the house for 2 hours around lunchtime, I'm feeling may not be enough anymore. And here she comes in. Okay, just give it.
Get her to come and say hi.
That's okay.
You want to say hi to everybody? Say hi.
Hello.
Hey, Mom. Hey.
Come and
No, you
join
have to stay,
us.
Mom, you got to go back out.
What was that?
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Okay, well, we're talking about you, so you need to go back outside.
You alligator.
In a
It's just
while,
like my son.
crocodile.
It's like we're talking about you, so you shouldn't be listening.
Yeah, that's,
Mm. No, it's
so
okay.
as
We
she was
understand.
leaving,
Yeah.
she's like, see you later, alligator. And I respond,
know.
in a while, crocodile, and that always makes her smile.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like a few weeks ago, normally I wasn't afraid of her kind of going out of the house, out the front door, because she, as far as she go up to the mailbox and come home or come back up. And then a few weeks ago, she started walking up the street. And I'm like, oh no, where are you going? Oh, I'm just walking. I'm like, well, no, you can't do that. Come back here. And then she started walking up the neighbor's driveway instead of ours. And I'm like, well, where are you going? That's not our driveway. So yeah.
Mm.
So if I lock the door and the deadbolt, she has a hard time figuring out how to coordinate them to get out. So I think that's, if I don't get the phone call in the next 2 weeks before I go back to school, then that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to tell the home care worker to just come in the back door through the kitchen and that, and I'll leave that open and Mom can get outside and she can be on the deck, but she doesn't have any clue as to how to open the gates.
Mm.
So yeah, I'll be doing that, and I'm setting up additional security cameras to be able to watch her from school.
Mm. Well, 2 weeks. So we're all sending the positive vibes over your end for the 2 weeks for the miracle to come.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in terms of your emotional roller coaster, do you feel comfortable to share here? Like, would you like to share with the sister, like, what was the challenges that you face in coming to this decision?
Well, one of it definitely was financial.
Mm.
And I did find talking to the folks over at the facility, they gave me some paperwork, and there's, because Dad was a veteran, I am in the process of applying for aid for her, so she can get up to $1,400 with that. And then she's got money saved up, which we'll use. And I just keep reminding myself, Catherine, what you had said about, you know, if she's there and if the money lasts, you know, 1 to 2 years, if I didn't have to worry and stress about her, how much further could I get in my business to create that income that, you know, even if the money did all get used up, then there'd still be enough to pay for her care. So that was a big help in getting me over the financial part. The VA is a significant help. And I know I can call my sister, and between the two of us, we can, you know, help make up the difference if it starts to run out. But with the VA help now, we definitely have enough. I would say at least 2 years now with the VA help, we can get that spread out. And then in that time, I will be making more than enough to cover the rest through the real estate.
Beautiful. Yep. I'm so glad that to help you to shift the mindset, because often we will look at the dollar sign first.
Yeah, well, it was kind of like a panic mode. It's like, oh my God, you know, it's over $6,000 a month. And, you know, it was just, where is that gonna come from? And you're like, okay, but she's got enough to cover X amount of time. And if I'm not having to stop every 10 minutes to keep her from walking out of the house or doing these other things, and I can focus on something else, how much further along could I be?
At that moment,
And that was a big help.
was that an epiphany one day when you sat there and went, if I do this, I'll be able to do that to give her a better life?
Well, Catherine said it during one of the one-on-ones that we had. And it's just kind of sat there and percolated for a while. Because it's like, yes, I heard it, but it hadn't clicked yet. It hadn't been like, yes, that's it. It's like, you know it, but you don't know it.
There's no coherence.
And now I know it.
Because your heart was
It
still
makes
listening to Mummy.
Not now, Mom. Go in the living room.
Yeah, we won't talk about her, get her to sit down and listen to us. Yeah, it is.
So she goes the wrong way.
That's okay. That's no right or wrong. It's your house. Yeah, it does. It is challenging because my dad has hopefully settled into the nursing home in Hong Kong, because that was about probably 2K Aussie dollars that I didn't know where the money would come from. But just the trust of knowing how things will pave the path when you take the action. So I don't know much about my parents' finance, but apparently when we get back, somehow my dad has stashed away some money in China. So it will cover the next 6 months before we can get on the government benefit, Christine. You know, very similar. Because he hasn't lived in Hong Kong for 3 years, and the government is like, if you have money to live overseas, of course you have money to fund yourself for 6 months before you can get on the benefit.
Yeah, well, here, so she gets Social Security here. And unfortunately, she makes just about $200 a month too much for the government, for Medicaid, to pick up the tab for the long-term care.
Oh my.
Yep. I think Anna can identify with you. Okay. For the young one, you say, oh, it's too far away for us. But like, listen to our experience. When it comes to times, no matter how prepared we have been, it's still hard. Even though I don't have a great relationship with my dad, I can feel the tears. My mom has gone back. Like, I mean, you know, in a way, I can't really stop my life in Australia to go home and sort him out, because it's not going to be working either, because it's 6 months. So for my mom, is the spearhead at the moment on her own. Her older brother also in nursing home, which is not easy. And then everyone else, her 2 older sisters are 90 and 80s. So they are blessed to have people to be able to stay home. But again, it's their children's choice, because when they are not in a facility, they don't get stimulated like the best way they could, because they do have good people there to look after your mom and dad.
Yeah, that was another thing, because like, the stimulation, just like you're saying, it's like she's bored out of her mind here, even with me being home, because I am trying to work. So it's like, I just can't spend all day trying to entertain you. And so if she's there, there's other people, whether she wants to have a conversation or watch TV with them, or that there's the scheduled activities that she can, or if she participate in whenever she chooses to. And she'll have her meals with all these folks. So it'll be like going out to eat all the time.
Kristen, you'll see a huge change in her, because the stimulation will accelerate her in a stimuli, and she'll start talking, but
that's what I'm hoping for.
And that's what happened to my dad. Okay.
Good.
All right. So it prolongs the deterioration. So it slows it down.
Yeah.
It's still happening, but it's,
she just took her hearing aid out.
All right. But well done, Christine. It's not easy what you are dealing with. None of us want to face this, to be honest, no matter what generation we are in. Okay, we move forward.
Yes, and you young
Christine.
ones, get long-term care while it's cheap.
No, we were talking about baby first. With children, it's the same thing. Do we entertain them 24/7, or we train them since sounds like they can learn to play? Depends on the stages of the newborn to even teenager that they need to learn. And our slogan, my slogan with my husband, Alex often say, "I'm bored." Fantastic! You can use your brain now. And then we go in the living room, no iPad, no computer, and he's playing with his Lego again. So those are great investment. And when he say, "I hate you," I said, "Good, go and use your brain." All right, let's move on with Anna. Anna, how would you summarize your July growth?
I survived. Yeah. I survived. Bali, same here. It was spiritually a big spiritual awakening. And with that comes other things. So when you're open to receive, opportunities rise. Opportunities come your way. I managed to finish this website, which was driving me insane. Yay, that was yours. And I'm now ready to launch. I've got a Facebook business for the tax. And Anne-Marie is, when she's better, will start running her business. There's a lot of things that compiled themselves. But yeah, I've helped a lot of the ladies too, like they've helped me. So I think everybody's going through, mind you, Christine, when you're there, I had called you because I know you're absolutely inundated. But yeah, I'm here for anyone and everyone, and I know you're there for me. So I want to say thank you.
Beautiful.
Shauna's better. Shauna's apart from the episode that Shauna had on Friday, which probably scared the shit out of Linda. Her actual pancreas is slightly better than it was ever in the last 10 years. And her diabetes has gone down, so she's stabilized that. But her blood pressure, which she never suffers high blood pressure, hypertension, we just can't seem to control, so she can't go and have her last surgery. But there's a balance. I don't get it, but there's a balance. Now the kidneys are affected because of all the weight and the strain that the pancreas has gone through. Other things get affected, but she'll get there. We'll get there. I've been using Panaway, calming, and peppermint for her chest because things slow down on the body too. So, yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of things happening.
Good.
Yeah.
In a good way. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, let's move on. Linda.
Hi. Overall, I think I've learning to meditate more spiritually and more deeper. Started connecting with my feelings, which I'm really happy about, and continue with my heart and mind. I attended an AI workshop. I've been listening to more frequencies and using my diffuser more, and realized that I need to really change. And guess what, ladies? I sat down with my daughter last night.
Yeah.
She got home from work, and I set new boundaries, and she accepted it. So, yep, all done.
Well done, babe. And you were ready this time. You took control. That's fantastic, babe.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Anna.
It's, honey, it's only a guide. You're the one who controlled this. You're the one that had to go through this and feel it.
Yeah.
Right? You had to know what you wanted. You had to know that it was for you. All right?
Yeah. Thanks.
Beautiful. So, Helen, would you like to share? I know you haven't typed in yet, so but you're still very new to the group. So, since you joined us, what is the biggest takeaway so far for you?
Well, I got my business started because the girls that went to Bali are wearing my stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
And I got to share my Oracle card reading skills as well.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. So type in the chat what you have shared, what you have learned from others. Let's use one sentence to describe it. Your July's win and what you're going to move forward in August.
That in the chat?
Yep,
Yeah.
in the chat, in the in the meeting chat.
Sorry, Catherine, one word or write
One
down?
sentence. I won't do
One
this
sentence, okay.
torture to you. One word, and
Yeah. Mm.
Christine, Dean just did an own your Christine, I just they just finished it yesterday. So if you go in, you probably can still catch it for the 5 days. But I've been putting the summary in the elites group that you can look at it. Business style and step share Oracle. Yes, Helen. Alicia, personal, professional, and spiritual growth. Wow. Alicia. No, Helen, Alicia. Yes, Katrina. Progress and momentum. Stay tuned in and connected. Yes. Christine, things come in their own timing. So as we know, things come in their own timing. So are we going to sit still and just play with our two thumb, or what would that be for you, Christine?
You still have to take inspired action, but when things are right, that's when they come along. That's when that opportunity says, hey, I'm here, I'm ready. Or you're ready.
Yep. Beautiful. Yes, Anne-Marie, continue to peel that onions.
Yeah, I like the Spanish onions, babe. Nice to look at.
Yes, Anna, as the timing is right, greater clarity, vision guiding you through all your life chaos. It's just the knowing. This is where we always say, I know it will be right in the midst of all the chaotic things, that whether it's personal, professional, or spiritual, but like as long as we are steadfast, standing strong and grounding ourselves, that's why the tree of life is such a strong vision for all of us. And as lately I've been, I've always, when I talk to Tamara, I always see the lotus flower. And I have a couple of beautiful pictures from Bali, so I'm going to share that.
Well, lotus flowers going onto your website and making one change.
Yes, I'm going to send it so no one can claim it. So you have to put a copyright on that.
Well, I've done the copyright on the poem. I've done the copyright on the lotus. That's mine to you.
Yep. So the lotus that you taken, or you want my photo?
I want
Yeah.
the photo, please.
Yes, good. Linda, yes, be open to change. Be open to our paradigm shift. All right. So what are the ladies been sharing that what they have done in Bali is amazing. Therefore, we are going to continue. This is can you see this? This is the location that we are going. This is the main house. Christine, we're coming to America. Is this enough to entice you guys to go to the ranch? And this is what's happening. This is Gary Young and Mary Young's house. But this is the lodge.
This the one you went to before?
The one that last year, October, I went to. Oh, 8 total bedroom. I think it's more than that. 48 beds together. Yes. It's up to 50 guests. Oh, I think there's a lot of games that we can do. Can you
I
see
feel like
that?
I feel like I need to get on a horse and ride when I look at this stuff.
I was
Yeah.
just gonna ask, can we go horseback
We'll have
riding?
to.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I haven't ridden a horse in years. I don't think there's a horse that can hold me, but hey.
Okay. Who is
Well,
happy?
neither
Know
have
how
I.
to
Do it
ride,
anyway.
so there you go.
So everyone's keen?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me double check with the timing because ideally, let me double check. Young Living, I got the timing for next year. Young Living Convention. Okay, it should be, the Young Living Convention is next year, July 17th to the 20th. So I normally go to the convention. And I think for the timing so far, what I can see is possibly we'll do it a few days after the convention if I could book it. If not, we might have to book it before for our retreat. So just think about that timeline. I need to contact the office. No, I can't contact the office. It's still Sunday in the US, so I can't contact the office. But who's here already thinking that you have to be there?
Oh, absolutely.
Summer, definitely.
Linda, put your hand up. Missy, you're coming. There you go.
Yes. Anna is going to chain all the Australian coming down. So Alicia, so next time when we see you, you say, you can poke into my head. It's like, see, it's your turn to get jet lag, which I am not going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can look at properties for you, Alyssa, and your dream,
Yeah.
your vision. Okay, that's something we're going to do is take a day out where we're going to go and look
Hey,
for your.
Alyssa, you'll have to help us choose our proper hats.
Hats.
You know, the
Hat.
cowboy hats.
Yeah. I will.
Yep. Okay, cool. Is actually about 10 to the hour. Does anyone need to go? So if anyone need to go, feel free to drop off at the time because I'm aware of the timing. But this format, you guys are happy with this format to share, and then we go into the teach, right? Because I think it's important that we all hear from one another and knowing where each other is at.
Or what's better for us to be able to support your visions and support what you need.
Yep, cool. All right. But little did Alicia know that Utah, during the Bali retreat, she said, I feel that I need to have a retreat center in Utah. And I'll be like, ooh. How did that come about, Alicia?
How did it come about?
Like, did it just drop? It's like, Utah, you're going to Utah.
Well, I think so it's really difficult to do that in Las Vegas because of the strip. They have a lot of they're making Airbnb almost impossible. I don't know. I think bed and breakfast might be easier because you're on site, but also I drove to Salt Lake City last year in the spring and to visit a friend, and I was blown away by the beauty.
Yeah.
And just as you go deeper and deeper in, things start to change. You get more green, lush, and then the mountains and the lakes. And me and Pepe stopped at some random lake and had lunch, and it's just a really special state. And so yeah, I just see myself with I went to a bed and breakfast in Zion Park a couple of years ago with Elon, and it was one of the most memorable things that we've done together. Like, it was just so, I don't know how to describe it. It was just so special and serene. And I think there was a part of me that's wanted to do something like that for a long time, but I didn't really accept it, or I was disconnected from it. And I think Bali really helped. I think I've been looking for permission to be myself for a really long time.
Yeah.
And I think just getting that permission helped me accept that, and accept that maybe I am a bit of a hippie.
You're not a hippie.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we call you the whisperer. So, you know, whether it's a horse whisperer or a plant whisperer, I think we will come up with a name for you. So you're spearheading our Utah retreat, and yesterday we did speak about our Queensland retreat. So, you know, we will have retreat all over the world. But Utah is a very beautiful place because again, when we are open, actually took me when I was in Utah, Salt Lake City last year. I had kind of a day free, and I thought, nah, I had to go to the headquarters. I just need to go to the headquarters of Young Living, which took me an hour ride, which wasn't that hard. It's just a train ride, you know, going anything from the city center to one of the suburbs in America. Normally will be an hour train ride. So I got there, I said, oh no, please don't get me to get another train ride back home to the hotel, because I didn't want to drive by myself. In US, Calvin, I need to be like forehand to drive, because do I turn right this side of the road or that side of the road? Alicia is like, when she crossed the road in Bali, I said, darling, please do not just look at where you normally look. You need to look both sides of his car. She was like, car just coming this way. I said, yes, it's opposite, darling. So when I drove in the US or Europe, I would not drive by myself. I definitely need someone sit next to me. But as I was at the headquarters, I met these two most beautiful ladies. She said, Kathy. It's like Kathy said, you didn't even introduce yourself. You just jumped in front of me and say, are you going to go back to Salt Lake City? Because I know they will be driving there. And they were also, do you know how nervous and scary to just ask someone to drive you back to the city, even though you know you're from Young Living? She said, but you're so confident. No, it's not confident issue. It's when you jump in to ask a stranger to drive you, it takes a lot of courage.
Mhm.
I was going to say they were terrified to say no.
They probably know that I'll jump on her. It's like, you
That's
have
right.
space it. Yeah, but they had to clear because they drove at least 2 days from their hometown to Salt Lake City, because there's no point for them to fly into the city. But then when we just about to drive back to the main town, they said, how do you feel if we go and see Gary? I said, what are you talking about? Oh, we're out here. It's another hour drive. Let's drive down. I said, but they are not open. Just go and see what's happened. As we arrived, 3 of us were busting, get to Gary's main house, and no one's around. And I said, I don't give a shit. Like in Australia, we hide somewhere behind to do our business. I was running out of the car, see you girls later, and then another truck drove in, and the guy came out. Are you here to see the house?
Like there's a cabbage patch waiting for you.
Nah, I get to use their toilet. So I check it out for you guys. It's working. It's water running toilet, okay? So we don't have to dig a hole.
Let's not talk about it, Alyssa. What I did sacrifice, yeah, never gonna get it again.
Let's not go there. What's happening in Bali, stay in Bali, okay? So what's happening in Utah, stay in Utah next year. All right. Okay, let's move on to the teach. Some of you might have done this before already, but I definitely would like you guys to think about it. The topic is, what did I do? Today's topic is, you know what I can do? 4 horsemen, Godmen. We'll watch this video. Because today is Rapport on soulmate. But this one, would like you guys to look at it from the angle of even your relationship with yourself, your partner, your children, and friends. Because it is important for us to understand when we come to disagreement.
You're so selfish.
What an idiot.
It's not my fault we're always late.
Forget it.
Criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. Dr. John Gottman calls these negative communication patterns the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse because they'll lead to the end of your relationship. In fact, he can predict this relationship failure with over 90% accuracy if the behavior isn't changed. So, what can you do? Well, at the Gottman Institute, we understand you might not even know you're communicating this way, or you might not know how to control it. But if you practice the following 4 research-based antidotes, there is hope for your future. Criticism attacks the character of the recipient, instead of focusing on a specific behavior. The antidote to criticism is to talk about your feelings using I statements, then express a positive need. Contempt is an expression of superiority that comes out as sarcasm, cynicism, name-calling, eye-rolling, sneering, mockery, and hostile humor. Contempt is the greatest predictor of relationship failure and must be eliminated. The antidote to contempt is to treat one another with respect and build a culture of appreciation within the relationship. Defensiveness is self-protection through righteous indignation or playing the victim. Defensiveness never solves the problem and is really just an underhanded way of blaming your partner. The antidote to defensiveness is to accept responsibility, even if only for part of the conflict. Stonewalling occurs when the listener withdraws from the conversation without resolving anything. It takes time for the negativity created by the first 3 horsemen to result in stonewalling, but when it does, it can become a habit. The antidote to stonewalling is to break for at least 20 minutes, calm down, then return to the conversation. Spare your relationship from certain destruction. Learn more about eliminating the 4 horsemen by visiting our site.
All right, just a quick 2 minutes videos.
There was no video, honey.
Oh, is it? How come?
We've just been hearing sound. I'm thinking
You should just tell me. Okay, let me share screen again as one.
Yeah, you just shared your sound. You didn't share the video because it came up on as shared sound.
Okay, let me do this. Share.
You're so selfish.
What an idiot.
It's not my fault we're always late.
Fine.
Forget it.
Criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. Dr. John Gottman calls these negative communication patterns the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse because they'll lead to the end of your relationship. In fact, he can predict this relationship failure with over 90% accuracy if the behavior isn't changed. So, what can you do? Well, at the Gottman Institute, we understand you might not even know you're communicating this way, or you might not know how to control it. But if you practice the following 4 research-based antidotes, there is hope for your future. Criticism attacks the character of the recipient, instead of focusing on a specific behavior. The antidote to criticism is to talk about your feelings using I statements, then express a positive need. Contempt is an expression of superiority that comes out as sarcasm, cynicism, name-calling, eye-rolling, sneering, mockery, and hostile humor. Contempt is the greatest predictor of relationship failure and must be eliminated. The antidote to contempt is to treat one another with respect and build a culture of appreciation within the relationship. Defensiveness is self-protection through righteous indignation or playing the victim. Defensiveness never solves the problem and is really just an underhanded way of blaming your partner. The antidote to defensiveness is to accept responsibility, even if only for part of the conflict. Stonewalling occurs when the listener withdraws from the conversation without resolving anything. It takes time for the negativity created by the first 3 horsemen to result in stonewalling, but when it does, it can become a habit. The antidote to stonewalling is to break for at least 20 minutes, calm down, then return to the conversation. Spare your relationship from certain destruction. Learn more about eliminating the 4 horsemen by visiting our site.
All right, so what resonated with you guys as you watched the video?
Careful what you say and watch your body language.
It's the micro, isn't it? The eyeball rolling. Not just with your partner. How about with your children? With your friends? often in the past with the couples, they said, I don't know how we got here, but we just stopped talking to each other.
Guys, if you evoke love energy in your heart, everything that you do will be with love. So you won't come out with harsh criticisms or contempt. And trust me, I don't roll my eyes, but I do. I do not like people who get on the defensive when I'm just asking the question. My voice doesn't change. But when they get on the defensive, I go, why are you in the defensive mode? I'm just asking you a question. So, yeah, I'm not in a relationship because I don't like being stonewalled and I don't like any of that stuff. So I left it.
Yep. So you were the recipient of the stonewalling.
Yeah. And then, so he said that by leaving, I showed him contempt and I started laughing. Oh, so bad. It's not me. He even said it himself. It's him. Something went, yeah. So he came to me and said it was him. He's going through changes in his life and he doesn't even know where he's headed. So I just laughed and said, yeah, okay. You go on your journey, I'll go on mine. I'm cool.
Yep. Okay, cool. Anne-Marie, you say all of it. This is not the first time for you to see this video, but what do you think you are at right now?
What did you learn yesterday?
I still always get the blame for things, even when I know it's not my fault.
Okay, so put it in a positive way. What could you do to not let other people's opinion affect you?
I actually tried to do that. I walked away from the situation to calm down, and it followed me.
Okay, so that 20 minutes to calm down, what does that mean? Because when our sensory are heightened, the past issue will flood your brain and you start talking about the past. So you're not dealing with what is really just happened.
I called someone.
Yeah, good. So you call someone to help your sensory to calm down, whether we are the everyday people or we might have some other special needs. Our brain functions very similar way. When we are heightened, we go into the survival mode. But at the same time, that's why we said, okay, when we are being triggered, then we say, okay, next time when something like this happens, what are the safest way we could handle? Have someone's number ready, call someone that they will help you to soothe yourself or the self-soothing. So why did government say 20 minutes? Because it does take up to 20 minutes minimum for our sensory to slow down. It is just the average. So good job, Anne-Marie.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Alicia, you have anything to share?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, I used to deal with all that stuff either from my side or my partner's side for several years, and now we're not there anymore. And now we're in the middle, the there and where I want to go, because I find we don't really talk about stuff like future plans. And yeah, I just actually brought that up today and said, like, I'd really like to talk about future plans. And he was very receptive and said, okay, let's talk tomorrow. And then I set some, I don't know how it's going to go, but I just said, let's try to, be okay with what each person wants and not get defensive, or like, let's just try to keep it calm and supportive and listen. So
Oh, honey, he's gone to Dr. Joe Dispenza. He wants to be receptive and he wants to be in harmony, and you're very calm now, so he's ready to listen.
yeah.
Remember his background, he lived for today. Where he's come from, he was living for today. He wasn't thinking about tomorrow.
Yeah.
But now he sees there is a tomorrow. You just have to change it in that way when you speak to him. I know where he's come from, honey. It's hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is hard.
Okay. Linda, you're one of the ladies married been the longest. So what do you resonate with the video? Thank you, Alicia.
The guns
so-
don't work.
What was that, Anna?
The guns don't work.
No, they don't. You know, what's today, the 7th, and on the 25th, we'll be married 39 years.
Wow.
Wow.
So a couple more weeks. So it is all true. We say things we don't mean. And yes, we need to keep, we all need to keep respecting our partners and that, and be responsible. And what happened a long time, we realized a long time ago that we'd say things that we didn't really mean. So we used to get really angry. So he'd go to the shed, I'd stay in the house. So he'd do what we want to do and calm down. And later on, we'd get together and we'd apologize. And yeah, talk about it, whatever. So it's all true, and we all have to apply it every day. And yeah. Make sure you calm down. Go away, do your own thing, and calm down. Then you'll know what is the right thing.
Thank you, Linda. Katrina, let's focus on your current relationship. Say, Nana, I don't have the false husband.
We all do, but I've learned from previous experience about the connection, commitment, communication, and taking the time to go, I'm angry right now. We'll talk about it when I've calmed down. Thankfully, I have one of those rare unicorn men who actually can communicate well.
He listens, honey, doesn't he?
And listens and
Yeah.
understands his feelings and knows where I've come from, and is able to just go, okay, I'll just go
Look at the light, honey. He's full of love. He loves you very, very much. Can I have some of that, please?
It's coming, Anna.
No, I'm talking about the beautiful light. So when she started talking, the light came out and the love came out. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And since Bali, Anna and I were having a conversation, and she just opened my eyes to a few things that I didn't realize I was doing because of past. And since then, I've been taking Anna's advice, and just the little shifts, remarkable.
The light, it's creeping up, It's absolutely, the little shifts are what makes the big difference.
It does. Yeah. One step at a time, because we can't expect someone to change, and we also can't expect ourselves to just be 180 degrees difference. So it's interesting that yesterday at church, I listened to my pastor, like he is similar age group to us. So he and I are very similar, like in our personality. We will talk about when we want something, I want it like yesterday. Am I right to describe me?
Oh, absolutely.
For those who met Calvin, he's
She'll
the
be
one.
right.
He will be going to the garden, walk around, pacing, thinking, analyzing, and it will take days for him to come.
Fun.
Sorry, Alicia?
You knew, fun.
Wow, that's why you're in this container.
Yeah.
So, as Katrina said, commitment, communication, connection it takes one to get to know one. The reason that we're attracted to our partner is, I want his quality. Okay. Sorry, Anna?
You said you want his quality.
Of think through things carefully.
Okay.
Calvin, not my ministers, okay?
That's what I was just.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah. Good that you asked. Because Calvin would take time to look at all the possibility. Then he'll come to the conclusion. Okay. And what he's scared for me is just do it. Even when things are not quite right. Yep. I have made a decision, but I'll make it right. So we need to have the balance. The pocket rocket, he's the tram in Melbourne, the old tram, not the new one. He'll get there eventually. It's just like in Vancouver. Alicia, remember the old tram and the new tram? So it's not just about our partner, it's about ourselves that we need to understand the way we've been living our life. Okay, bye. Who need to go? Sorry. This is the silent one. It's me. Oh, it's me.
Bye, darling. Have a good day, Emery. Have a
bye,
great
Linda.
You too.
Bye, Anne-Marie. I know you had to get your children ready. So that's
Bye.
something for you guys to take away is the way we work and the way our partner works as well, or your future partner, Anna. I'm very curious. Who's this man on his way? Alicia can see it already. She's like, I saw him before.
Well, he might be in America. Who knows?
Ooh.
Cowboy boots.
Right. Just joking. Couldn't help myself.
I didn't see a horse there, Anna.
No,
I saw something
trust
else.
me. Look,
Okay.
who knows? But partners, one thing, I was married 26 years, and then I was with Robert for nearly 13. Okay. When your heart doesn't resonate anymore, when the heart says it's tired, it's time to let go. Because when there's real love, when there's actual love and the intention of love, the excitement and the butterflies are always there. Will always be there. Little bit of excitement, little bit of, right? But when it's not, and it's difficult to even hold a conversation, get the fuck out of there. Because it doesn't matter how many times you sit down and try and hold a conversation, they will never be on the same par as you. So that's what I've learned. I let go because it was better for me. And that's it. So yeah. But when you love, you give everything you've got, not half. That's where people mistake love. You've got to give all of yourself. All. You're in it for the long run. If you're not, then don't bother starting.
Good. All right. So the illustration is in a partnership that is interdependent. Think about two circles come together. When you join, there's a connection. There's overlapping, but you still have your own life. That's where the mutual understanding and agreement and purpose for your marriage. But you still can have your own life. Therefore, I have my life to go with my girlfriend, do my own thing, run my own business. But when I come home, I'm part of the family. And Calvin has his own dream. Calvin has his own, pursuit in life that I give him space. I don't control who are the friends he get to see or who he want to spend time with. Because I don't necessarily like all his friends. all the ladies will know, I don't like you spend time with that guy. Okay. But the same thing is a common goal in your partnership will be very important to hold you both together. A common interest. You don't have to have 100%. If your partner is doing everything same as you, we call that codependent, not interdependent. Same as your friends. When we're in Bali, did Catherine make you guys do everything Catherine wants to do? Or what do you feel like doing? See you later. You can go for it. I'm going to eat on the street.
Yeah, we went the other way.
I
Oh,
got
wow.
sucked in.
Catherine and a barbecuing. We're like, okay, you enjoy that. Bye.
Yeah, poor Alicia. I really stretch her.
But she lived in Mexico. She would have survived, and she did.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what's your biggest takeaway today?
That I'm on the right path.
Yeah.
That I'm on the right path. So
Good. All right. So I better let you guys go. For those who need to keep moving, be confident, be you.